Hi, my name is Anne, and I'm an elementary ed major. And for my passion project, I did an acrostic poem. So it says teacher, and then each letter in teacher has a phrase by it. So I put the mission I have as a teacher: expect nothing but the best for my students, always accommodate to the needs of my students, constantly motivate my students to do their best, help my students develop a love for learning, engage my students in a new and different way, reach out to other professionals to continually improve as a teacher. So my mission for teaching has changed a lot through taking this course because it made me realize that educational psychology, it's not just based about what happens in the students' minds, but it's based on ways that us as teachers can assess what is happening in their mind and then use that to make it easier for them to learn. So before, my mission statement was just focused on what I wanted for my students, but now my mission is a mixture between what I want for my students and also what I expect out of myself as a teacher to do in order to help my students. The main learning strategies that stood out to me in this course that will help me achieve my mission for teaching is the concepts of motivation. We learned about so many ways to motivate students, such as through reinforcement, different activities, words of encouragement, and by assessing the age of children and their characteristics. The biggest obstacle that might make it hard to teach according to my mission is the fact that I want to teach elementary. So the main focus of my mission is engaging students and motivating them throughout school. However, after talking to many other former teachers, they made it obvious to me that in elementary, what might work for 1 week or 2 weeks may literally be disastrous the next week. So as an elementary teacher, you have to be constantly changing how you motivate your students and engage them because they're constantly changing too, and they're motivated in different ways. The alignment between my mission and course concepts helps me address these obstacles because it provides me with more than one way to engage and motivate these students. This course has provided me with examples from many different theorists and many details that I can examine in my students to help continually figure out more ways to motivate and engage my students. I think the main thing I want to remind myself of about educational psychology is that it is always changing. So it is important that I keep myself up to date on the new findings and research that is given for teachers. But the more specific information that I want to remind myself of is to just never overuse a certain type of motivation. For example, in class we learned that you can't just always give students candy when they do something good. Instead, you need to experiment with different motivating factors because while candy may work for one student, literally just a simple compliment may be more rewarding for another student. Some other concepts, approaches, or issues that I want to remind myself of are the issues of self-efficacy, because I feel that it is a topic that's never going to change. Students are always going to have a certain level of confidence for a subject, like no research is going to change that. This topic helped me personally relate a lot of the topics we discussed together because self-efficacy explains many students' reactions to different things. So as a teacher, it is important that we do everything in our control to make our students confident and provide them with the tools to help them become more confident. Sometimes teachers are told that they are too nice, which I used to believe, but now through learning about self-efficacy, I realize that being too strict might have a negative impact on students. And then finally, one main question I have after this course is I would like to learn more about the detailed effects of technology on students' brains because I feel that technology is such a huge factor in education today, and I would really like to learn more about how it affects students and not just necessarily how it benefits them. Thank you.